Hello everyone, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners along with Bob Iacino, checking in on Bitcoin. Bitcoin rallying back up, spiking through our last cluster at this 88.94. It couldn't have a sustained close above it, keep closing. Now we've returned to the rotation zone. We're going to update our levels. We're going to do two levels of these. This is the bigger levels, and let me update the pullback levels. Right now holding just at this 12.5% retracement. Oh, we should also do the levels on this most recent run up to give us another cluster area to see what, okay, this is a nice one. So on next rally up, 92.24, then we have a major cluster 93.58 to 93.80, then another cluster up here with a prior retracement level and projection level. So 96.17 to 96.48, that's a really nice level too. If we do not hold this rotation right here, watch for a pullback to about 84.90 to 8,500, bottom of the 4-hour rotation zone. And then if we were to drop through that for some reason, then we'd be looking at 8,200, the rising 50-period exponential. As always, we'll look to fine-tune it with the daily chart. So, actually, before that 8,200, the real level I'd watch probably instead of 8,200 if we did get a bigger pullback. You see this prior resistance, that would become support. You have the rising 8 and the hooking up 50. So I'd be watching about 83.58 to 83.20. That's the major level based off the daily chart. That's why we always check in. And I'm just looking to see if there's anything else up here. Nothing really to worry about. Just keep trading the rotations. Everything seems good to go. We might be getting a slight divergence here. So here we made a higher high in the price action. Right now we're making a lower RSI, so that could mean we're going to get that slightly bigger pullback. So I wouldn't be overly aggressive with the ads here on the 4-hour rotation zone. I'd wait for a slight bigger pullback and then a rotation back up, and then you can look to add. Switching over to Ethereum. Ethereum pushing through our next levels. You see this little spike high here. That gave you the opportunity to update them. So our major cluster is at 582. So once you saw that in the pullback, this actually pulled back to 1-hour rotation zone with 8 pushing the price on the 4-hour. Let's show you that before we update. So here's where it pulled back in the 1-hour rotation zone, rotated back up, and price was pushing up on the 4-hour. That's a very aggressive entry. So we can then update these levels. The major levels are here. Look at that close right there, 616 straight on it. I hope everyone's starting to appreciate these levels and see how they can really provide you great areas to raise your stops. So this would have given a cluster of about 612 to 616, spike through there, and then a pullback. This is a mini double top on a lower time frame. Pulling back into the rotation zone, rotating back up. We are getting some pretty strong divergences coming in here, so I'm going to start watching for the bigger pullback. We could easily retest the 576 level, and then at least on the 4-hour chart, the level that jumps out is 537, this prior resistance becoming support. Let's take that over to the daily chart though, which takes precedence. So based off this, we were looking at 537. I'd actually be going a slight bit higher. 550 to 560 is going to be very key. You have the rising rotation zone on the daily chart and the hooking up 50-day EMA. And it looks like we are getting some divergences, not major ones, but we have higher price, you can clearly see, and slightly lower RSI. So that's why I'm going to start watching and being careful and watching for the bigger pullbacks, just like as in Bitcoin. That's really all there is. If we were to break through there, next major level down is about 525. Let me switch back to that 4-hour chart again. I don't know why that didn't stick. Sometimes it doesn't. Let me just double check these upper levels here again to make sure we got them right, just because we don't want to put out any incorrect levels. So next run up, we'd be looking for 642, 658 major cluster, then 692. So that's what we're watching for. 642 on a minor push, 658 major push, and then once we get through there, 692. Remember to keep updating your levels once we get the pullbacks into the rotation zone. And that's what we have for you right now on Ethereum and Bitcoin, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye for now.